In this little video here, I will show you how to create a commissioning project. So that means a project that will comply with ASHRAE Guideline 0 or ASHRAE Standard 202. So essentially a project that you can use for LEED, BREEAM, or other certifications. Let's get to it. So we're going into the projects. Within here, we have a standard new project or an asset-based project. Today here, we're going to go with an asset-based project. So hitting that one, and we're going to give it a name like that. And continue. Then we have some different project types. There's going to be a standard LEED project, so just a default construction project. Then we can select what checklist types that we're going to work with. It's going to be PFCs and FPTs here. Then we have some different asset types, and we're just going to keep it plain simple here and say that we have like 5 air handling units, and then we are ready. So now we have a blank new project. You see we have the ID and the name at the top here, all navigation on the sidebar to the left. So this is like the base of a project. That means it creates the assets for us within here, and then also sets up the testing structure. But since it's going to be like a more standardized commissioning project, we need the commissioning utilities. So we're going to go into the project settings. Within here, you're going to go down and find the tools and modules and toggle on the commissioning block. When you do that, you will quickly see that in the sidebar here, within the settings of the project, you get the commissioning. Click on that one. In here, you can enable and disable the different commissioning utilities. So we might need the organization chart, the OPR, maybe the commissioning plan. I'm coming back to that one in a second. The basis of design, and then also some review. We're not going to go with the system and test view for today. That's because this is an alternative to the asset overview. So you're either going to go with the system and test view, or you're going to go with the asset interface. That's up to you. And then we could also go with accepted phase and DMB certifications. But this here will be the base and what you also need for your LEED documentation. Like that. Then you see in the sidebar, we now also have the commissioning utilities. Let's dive into them. So first of all, the organization here. See, there's only one single guy, and that's me, because I'm the only one on the project here. If you add other users to the project, they will automatically be added within this overview here. You can, however, also, if you're the only user, go in here and then start to create whatever groups and interfaces that you need, like this. And that we can create dependency or communication channels between the users and the groups and so on. Good. So that is for like the organizational chart. Then we can dive into the OPR. As you know, the OPR will be our specification or like the requirements that we need to verify throughout the project. We're setting them in here in this list format. And then when they're set, they will be like more or less like set in stone. So like it's hard to change them after. We can import from a CSV file, or we can just create them one by one within the system. So the new item here is to create, and the menu here is like to export them. New OPR item, the temperature. Like that. So we can specify lots of extra details, deadlines for priority, categories, and so on. For now, it's just going to be this simple and nothing else is in. That's an OPR requirement. When you've loaded in your OPR requirements, we can start to dive into the BOD, so the basis of design. Going into that one, you'll see we have one single line. So this is actually a replica of the OPR. That means all the OPR items will be mirrored down here. That is because for the BOD, we need the input from the designer, the consultant, like to describing how will they verify or fulfill this OPR item. So that's also why we got this third column here, the BOD column. So as you see, it goes to the designer. So the designer will log in, click on this one, it pops up. So a little warning here, I'm the administrator, so I see everything here. For the designer logging in, they will not have all of these buttons and options as I have. Essentially, I think the most in the eyes here, that's the postpone, the approve, and the reject. Those are like the commissioning team's options to put on this BOD item. But for the designer, they should fill out this field here. So it will be fixed with CAV. Then they're going to save it. Then will be pushed back to the commissioning team. The commissioning team then needs to go in, review the response. Do we need to postpone the response to a later phase? Can we approve it, or are we going to reject it? Rejecting it, then you are required to put in a comment like that. Now it's getting pushed back to the designer, who must then come in, update the response. So it will be fixed with VAV instead. Back to the commissioning team, and then the commissioning team come in. They can view the history of what have been the answers over time, and then when it's okay, they can approve it. Then it goes into green state. Good. So that's the concept for the BOD. If we just dive into the review here, because you might also need to do some review during the different phases. It could be the detailed design review or just general submittal review. Inside this overview here, I got my folders on the left side, and then in a second I also have some files on the right side. This is just a standard folder structure. You can customize that to however you like it. Gonna go for the menu and folder structure. Otherwise, you can also upload a zip file. We're going to unpack that for you and generate the folder structure. Let's just upload, click on a folder and upload a couple of files. So give me a second here. Let's see. Going to go with these two files here. Like that. So now the files are within the document here, or within the CxPlanner. So if I click on the top one, that will open the document. It opens it in our default review editor. So you get the options down here. Click on an arrow, do a markup directly on the drawing. We take a screenshot of that drawing and the markup. Then we can make a comment like that and save it. Now that will be created as a review comment, so you can be published to someone who made that document. So that will be our tracking. Let's make another one. Like that. Now we have two comments. So essentially, as we start to work the way through these comments, I can do it with the first one. Close it. And you'll see it starts to go in green state inside the document. So that's like the visual identifier for you. We support multiple versions if you need to, and if you need to go for very detailed or large drawings, then we also support Autodesk Viewer. Enable that down here on the detailed drawing option. So that is some of the fundamentals for the commission utilities according to the standards. Then of course you have the asset overview. Let's go into that one. So in the asset overview, we only have 5 assets, the ones that are created for starters here. That's the airline unit 1 to 5 types here. Then the PFC and the FPT are still empty. All of the options on the right side here, that can be customized as much as you like to. Just click on them, add, move, edit. The data that we have here, you can change it manually one by one, or you can use the options on the right side and do either import new assets, or you can bulk update the values here from an Excel file too. The settings for the asset area here, I'm going to go into the types of the checklists. That's where we're going to set what types of checklists that we're going to work with. Could be the pre-functional, and then the FPTs after. Then we're going to go into the types of the assets. We're only having the air handling units for now. So we're going to select the pre-functional. Select one of my templates. This is a template for my template center. Attaching that one. I'm going for the FPT. And attaching that one. So that means now all the handling units will have attached these checklists in these 2 phases here. So that you will also see, if we go over here, now it's marked as pending. That means we have these checklists to be performed. Good. The last 2 things I'm going to show in this little quick guide here, that will be the reporting. So the reporting will both be used as like the commissioning plan, but also for the final reporting, because that allows us to quickly combine those two. So going to the project settings, finding the tools and modules, and then enable the reports. That's the second one here, and reload. And you'll see in the sidebar under the files, we've got the reports enabled. So in the reports here, we have some standard ones that you can utilize. Then over time, you will build like a repository of good templates. We can also help you with that. But otherwise, just go with add new report. Could be a final report. Now we have a blank report here. Upload cover page, put in whatever data that you have. Custom content. That's where all like the content for the commissioning plan will go. We can also insert images and that kind of stuff. As the project progresses, you can also include graphics. It's just like drag and drop, get them in here. You can attach file groups. That's like if you want some drawings or some test reports included, it's like click, add, and then those files are also included. So that's the concept here for generating CX plans, but also for the final reports. You might get some issues during the project. All of those issues would be located up here in the process management tasks. So that's like your main commissioning log. What you will see here is that this combines everything for you. So in the column called type, we got the review, but we also got the OPR, and we're also going to get the test. That means everything in one place. Then you're just going to filter and sort. That means you're going to quickly get all the data without clicking around within the platform. That was a quick one for the commissioning.